Hey guys, how's it going? This is Supreme and welcome back to another video on my channel in which I'm going to be breaking down the most recent tier list that I posted on my Instagram, made by myself and DaLegend. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. I'm going to be breaking it down, basically just explaining why each unit is in each position, and yeah, just talk about it a bit more in depth. So let's get into it.
This is Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black.
This is it, Satan. For the sake of our most glorious project, you will die today!
Okay, so for that I've headed over to my browser because that's where I do the tier list. I create it on Tier Maker, then I just edit it and make it look a bit nicer to post it up on Instagram. But like this, you get a high quality version of it, and you can see the units a bit close up. What I will say is all the Zenkai units are at level 7 in this video. So Beerus, the Goku, Cooler and Boo, all of them are at level 7, so don't get that confused. Just before I start off, I just want to say that, and yeah, let's get into it. Number 1 in the tier list is Zenkai 7 Beerus. He is just incredible. He doesn't care about color disadvantage, he doesn't care about anything, he is just incredible. And if you have Whis as well, it's just even worse. I mean, he's just so good because Whis gives him some incredible buffs. And himself, I mean, Toshi said it in a video with Rhymestyle and with Kagi that they made Beerus a little bit better than anyone else, just because he is that, you know, kind of character, and he's hard to get to 7 stars. So they just gave him a little bit more spice, just to put it in some way. So yeah, he is a very, very good unit. His damage is insane. His debuffs are incredible. He takes away your buffs. He's just an all-round spectacular unit. I don't have him. I don't even have him at 2 stars, so I can't really speak from him from my personal perspective. But from playing against him, I can tell you guys he is amazing. So then we move into Kid Goku, the Zenkai 7 Kid Goku, free-to-play unit. Everyone was able to farm him up. I've got him at Zenkai 7. I don't have him at 1400%. I've got him about 1200, which is pretty good. And he is incredible, guys. He's got endurance, he's got incredible strike attack, he's got a pretty decent green card, he does bonus damage to regen, he's got a very strong ult, nullifies endurance, he's very tanky, obviously got very high stats because he's at 14 stars and has very good stats for being, you know, a Zenkai unit and all that stuff. They made him very, very good, and he's free to play. Like I said, he's the best yellow Saiyan in the game by far. So yeah, I mean, if you didn't grind him up, it's your loss really. Then we move into the first non-Zenkai unit, the best non-Zenkai unit that there is, and that is Margin 21, or Evil 21, however you want to call her. She just does everything well. I mean, she's got lowered substitution count when she transforms, her strike damage is out of this world, her green card heals are up loads, she gains ki when she enters the battlefield as well. She gets all the buffs from the free-to-play Android 21. She's just an all-round spectacular unit, and you do not want to face her if she's at high stars. And under the right, you know, user, she is devastating. She's my favorite unit. I love the way she functions. She's just incredible. She's got health restoration too. I don't know if I mentioned that. That's on top of her healing. So yeah, she's just fantastic, guys. Definitely a unit that you should have spent on. I did mention that she was very good when she did come out. So yeah, definitely a very, very good unit. And then we get into the most recent Zenkai, who is Cooler. He is just fantastic. He was very good before the Zenkai, but after it, he's just even better. He now gets ki with his main ability. He gives more of a buff to his allies. He buffs himself up more. It's just very, very good. I mean, he's fantastic. He's made LOE one of the top teams in the meta, which is very good. It gives a bit more diversity, and he's just very, very fun. And right now, if you haven't got Kefla, he is a huge threat. But yeah, then we move into Zenkai Boo, Zenkai 7 Boo. He is just, I mean, we all know what Zenkai 7 Boo is, guys. He's horrible to play against. He's just that unit that you do not want to be fighting, and he just does a bit of everything. He hits hard, he tanks like no one else tanks, he heals your whole team. He's got the lock-in. He makes your cards. You can't use your strike cards when he comes in. He feints you. He does everything. He's just fantastic. He debuffs you, and that's what makes him fantastic. Just his durability and the fact that he can just make them fight last so long. Yeah, it's just very, very annoying to deal with, and he is a fantastic unit. Then we move into Yellow Vegito, maybe one of the most underrated units in this tier list, which people don't see his full potential. I don't understand why, because he has saved me hundreds of times. We've just had the Golden Showdown season. He saved me hundreds of times, guys. He is incredible. Honestly, he's fantastic. He does everything as well. He's kind of like a transforming Vegeta on steroids. That's the way I like to say it, just because he's so good. He's transforming, obviously. He draws 4 cards with his first main ability. His green cards are busted. He destroys Dragon Balls. He's got card draw speed when you vanish with him. He restores his vanish. His blue card is one of the most devastating ones in the game. It's just incredible, guys. It's really, really good. He is fantastic. And then we get into maybe one of the most meta-breaking units that's come out recently, Kefla. Everyone knows how good Kefla is. If you've played the game these last couple of seasons, you'll know that she is absolutely incredible. She has blast armor on her strike cards, which is something that Final Form Cooler has as well. I forgot to mention that. She's just very good. She deals so much damage. She buffs each strike card up by herself, and she's the unit that's, well, her along with Gotenks, she's the unit that's made Fusions what it is today. Really, she's just very, very good. Her ultimate feints, it's got insane damage. It's just really, really good. She heals a lot as well, which is good because she's not very tanky, but she can heal back a lot of her HP taken away from her, which is very, very good. So yeah, Z plus tier units, what they are basically units that completely shift and break the meta. They're just, if you've got them on your team, you're bringing them no matter what. You're not going to leave them out of the team no matter what units the opponent's got. That's what they are. And then we get into Z tier units, who are units that you're occasionally going to leave out of your team, depending on what the matchup is, but you ideally want to bring them as well, because they are some of the most important units on their respective teams. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, great key restore when he comes into the battle with his main ability. He does a lot of damage as the fight goes on. He's just very, very good all round. He locks in with his blue card, and he's just an all-round, like I said, fantastic unit. He heals as well with switches, so yeah, he's very good. Gotenks, he's like Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, but again, on steroids. 40 timer counts is his only handicap for me. It's the only thing that brings him down. If he didn't have that 40 counts and it was 60, he'd be in the Z plus tier, maybe above Zenkai Buu. He's that good. His damage is outstanding. He's very tanky as well. If you use him after his transformation and stuff like that, he heals, he gains keys so much, it's incredible. He restores health after his second main ability. He gets a card draw speed increase. It's just amazing. He's got a lot of stuff going for him, and if you haven't got him, you're missing out. Then LF Frieza. I don't have LF Frieza, but I do know he is very, very good. He debuffs you a lot. He makes your your card arts cost more. His ult is devastating. He's got the Immobilize with the green card. He's got the cover change. He's got the blue card in his deck, which is just insane when you use him with full power Frieza, for example. Yeah, he's got a lot going for him. He's very, very good. And a lot of people don't like him. If you don't like him, it's because you don't know how to use him. That's all I'm going to say. It's as simple as that. And then we move into LF Vegeta. He's got low costs on his cards. He's got incredible draw speed. He's got the lock on his ultimate, which is also devastating. He's got a lot of damage. He's got good health restoration with his green cards. He does the whole thing. He is very, very good with his new equipment. He's just fantastic, and he is the reason God Key is what it is, really. Then we move into LF Vegito. Coming up to the 2nd year anniversary, obviously he was the main unit on the 1st year anniversary banners. Also a very good unit. He buffs himself with every card he draws. He removes the enemy's buffs with his main ability. His ult is incredibly strong. He's got the cover change. He's got a lot going for him, guys. We all know what he does. I mean, he's been in the meta for a long time. It doesn't look like he's going to drop out of it until we get another purple fusion unit. Yeah, he's just very good, and it looks like it's going to be like that for a long time. Then we move into the next unit, which is Yellow Gohan. We all know what he does. Like I said, these units, everyone knows what they do, really. But this unit just can't die out of the meta. He's just so good. His lock can basically guarantee a kill if used right. His second main ability is fantastic. His green card is broken, so that's another thing. It's just horrible to fight someone like him. His damage is outstanding. and he removes Dragon Balls when he comes in cover change before transforming. So yeah, that's another good thing. He's just very good. Definitely someone you need to have on your movies team or on your hybrid Saiyans team. So then we get into S plus units, and these are basically core units for a team. Units that you're going to have on your team if you're going to run that specific team. And we get into it. The first one is Baby, who is just incredible. He's basically the reason Regen is as good as it is today because of his healing and stuff like that. He just improves the healing to the whole team. He makes them have infinite health, pretty much. It's just insane. He makes Android 21 heal up like 50% more than she does. Majin Buu heals up the whole team 50% more than he does. You get what I'm saying. And he heals allies on Switch, I think. So it's just amazing. Namek Goku, we all know what he does. Great last man standing unit. Insane blue card, and just all round a very good unit. Gets ki when he vanishes, all that kind of stuff. So he's got a lot going for him. He has dropped down a little bit in the meta, but not too much. He is still a very good unit, and definitely the best Saiyan blue unit for right now. You could argue Feetku is, who's a bit further down the tier list, but he is also fantastic. Then we get into Purple Cooler, who, if you don't have LF Frieza, this is your guy. He is incredible. He's got an infinite time account transformation. He buffs himself loads. He's got draw speed as the fight goes on. He heals himself. He draws green cards that restore ki. He's got a lot of things going for him. He's incredibly tanky, and his damage is really good. Then we got LF Piccolo, who, I mean, I don't really like him much, but he does so much damage with his blue card, and he's annoying to fight against because of that, pretty much. It's just it's really annoying to fight against him because of that. He's just fantastic. I don't have him, but you know, my buddy DaLegend's got him, and he really likes him. He says he's better than Cell. I think he is too. He's an LF unit, and you're not going to have an LF unit that's low down on the tier list unless you're Go 10 and pretty much the old ones. But yeah, this guy is very, very good. I can't say much about him because I don't have him, like I said, but from what my buddies told me, he's very good, so we're putting him there. Then we get into Zenkai 7 Gohan. Now, I don't have him, and neither does DaLegend, but he is very good. I mean, from what I've seen from him, he's the best purple hybrid Saiyan. He's just someone you don't want to deal with. He's very, very strong. He's tanky. He heals. He's got great damage. Yeah, just the whole thing going for him. Zenkai 7 Goku, much of the same thing. He's just good all round. All the Zenkai 7 units are good. They're very, very good. But the Zenkai 7 Goku, they did make him pretty decent compared to Broly and those kind of ones. But yeah, he isn't top tier. If you got Bardock, put Bardock in the team. You don't really need the Goku. It's not worth Zenkai 7 in Goku when you've got Kakarot, Goku, and Bardock to put in the team. But then we do move into Bardock, maybe the best last man standing unit in the whole tier list in the game. He is fantastic. I mean, what he does, we all know what he does. He just when he transforms, he's brutal. His damage is insane, and you just can't kill him after that transformation. If he gets you with a strike card, you're gonna get KO'd. It's as simple as that. Then we got Bardock, sorry, not Bardock, Bojack, who is, you know, famous for his lock-in. That's what he is based around. That's what his whole mechanic is made around. His lock. He's just very, very good. He's got good damage. He isn't the tankiest, but because he does have that cover change, I keep saying lock. It's not lock. It's cover change. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's what makes him special. That's what makes him very good, and that's what puts him so high up in the tier list. Then we got Janemba. His green card's fantastic. His strike damage is amazing, and he's got health restoration when you know, used with Baby. It just becomes very annoying to deal with and very, very good. Then we got Feetku, who is just a great support unit. He heals your ally, he reduces the substitution count, heals himself, has good damage all round, and is very, very good. Then we got the Android 21, the free-to-play one. She is just fantastic. Debuffs the opponents, buffs up your female warriors and your androids, regen, transforming warriors, all those kind of attacks. It's just incredible. She buffs up your allies a lot, and she is a very good unit herself. If you got her at plus like 7 stars or more, she's very, very good, and she's a free-to-play unit, so you probably do have her at 7 stars or more. Rose, his debuffs are still fantastic. He nullifies color disadvantage. His ultimate does loads of damage. He destroys your cards. He just does a whole lot of good stuff, and he's a very good unit, very fun unit, and still one of my favorites to this day. Charlotte Super Saiyan 3. he's a great unit. He's very high up in the tier list, and I can't even imagine how good he's going to be when he gets his Super Saiyan God and transformation, which is going to be pretty soon. It's going to be actually relatively soon, and I'm excited for that. It should be in the next couple of weeks that he gets that, and he's probably going to be in Z tier or Z plus tier when he gets that. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Then Zenkai 7 Broly. I haven't faced him much. I haven't used him because I don't even have Broly at 7 stars, but what I've seen from him, great unit. Maybe the best blue unit on movies, followed by Vegeta and the Broly and Chilai, who are not far back, so you do have good replacements for him. He's not worth getting to Zenkai 7 at all. Kakarot Goku, free-to-play unit. You can easily get him to 14 stars. I definitely recommend doing it. He's a very good unit, and I'd rather have him in the team than Bardock at 2 stars. That's the red Bardock. So yeah, definitely grind him up and give him a go. He has feint with his normal cards, and he does a lot of damage with this blue card if you do manage to land that feint, so he's very good. Then the transforming Vegeta, he has blast armor, he has great strike damage, incredible blue card damage, and just a lot of things going for him. He's a very annoying unit to deal with because if he does catch you in a combo, you're going to feel it. Zenkai 7 Goku Black, I don't have him, I haven't fought him either, but I do know he's very good from videos I've seen, and that's where I'm placing him. He's probably the best yellow unit on Future, but that's his only team right now. Fusion 13, also a very good last man standing unit. Not the best right now. I mean, Android is a very good team, so he is high up in the tier list because of that. But he is lacking a little bit in damage, but he does make up for that in his cover change and that kind of stuff, and he does have a very good ultimate which can feint your opponent. Broly and Chilai, blast armor with the green card, recovers ki a lot. He gets very strong as the fight goes on. He's just very, very good all round. Not as good as the Vegeta in my opinion, but a very solid option for your movies team and for your Frieza Force team. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, he has incredible damage, like outstanding damage, but if you get caught by a good blue unit, you're going to get killed in 2 strike cards. It's as simple as that, or 2 blast cards depending on what unit it is, but you know what I mean. He's just not tanky at all, and that's his downside, but his damage dealing is so good that he is high up on the tier list. Perfect Cell, maybe the longest lasting unit that we've had ever. He is incredible. He's just fantastic all round. He's got his cover change to save you. You've got a lot of things going for him. Good damage, he's pretty tanky, he's got health restoration, his green cards are very good, so yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going for him, and he just hasn't dropped out of the meta at all. He's still a very good option. I've got him at 10 stars, so I didn't really summon for Piccolo because I don't feel like I need him. Yeah, I've got to sell at a lot of stars because he is still one of the best units on regen. Then we've got the blue Goku, who to this day is still very good. He's got the double vanish obviously with his main ability. He's got a very strong ult. He gets stronger as the fight goes on. After 60 counts he's a monster. He's very tanky as well, so yeah, that's a good unit there. And then we've got the best combo cutting unit in the game in my opinion, Godbind Goku. He's very good. I mean, he cuts combos so well because he makes your card cost really high, and yeah, he's just really annoying to deal with. I mean, I don't like facing him at all. I never have, I never will. Then we get into Full Power Frieza, still very good. You could argue he's a bit higher, but he just isn't as tanky as he used to be. He lacks a little bit of damage, and he just isn't as tanky as he used to be, like I said. I don't know. Other than that, he gains ki when he switches. He's a good combo cutter too because he reduces the enemy's ki. And he's got a very strong blue card, I will say that, which inflicts heavy bleed, nullifies endurance, so that's very, very good. Super Saiyan 3 LF Goku, maybe the most underwhelming LF unit that we've had. He's good, but he's not very, very good. I mean, I don't have him, and I'm not really desperate to have him. The only reason I want him is because he's maybe my favourite animation-based unit in the game. He looks fantastic, but he's not essential to your Saiyan team. He is very, very good, and if you have him, you're definitely gaining a lot from having him, but if you don't worry about it. He does have a lot of things going for him. He gets buffed when your enemy switches. He's got a very strong ultimate, nullifies color endurance with it, and a whole bunch of stuff, which is very nice. And the LF Gohan, still very high up on the tier list. He's been out for over a year now. He buffs himself with every blast card. Nullifies color endurance, color typing, sorry, when when you've lost an ally, so he's one of the last men standing, and when he is the last man standing, he is incredibly strong. And when a Goku's on your team and he dies, his ultimate gets buffed by 100%. So yeah, he is very, very good, still very good at dealing damage and stuff like that. So yeah, one of the best options on some family if you're using a blast-based team, along with Goten and maybe Namek Goku. That's a very good team to use. Then we get into Gogeta. I don't know, I mean, he's very good, but he just got replaced really quickly by Kefla. I mean, Kefla's just miles better than him, and yeah, I mean, he's very good. Don't get me wrong, he's very good, but he's not incredible. He's got a very strong blue card, he's got a good green card, and he's got great damage, and he's very good as the last man standing. But other than that, he's lacking defense, and he's lacking that. I mean, Kefla's got more damage and more defense than him. So it kind of just, it's self-explanatory why he isn't as high as her. S tier units are basically units that you don't need to run. I mean, you can do fine without running them, but they're also very viable units and units that you can have on your team and do well with. I'm not going to go in depth to them because I don't want this video to be too long. I will say this: Vegeta, the first one that you see there on S tier, is very good now because of the lock-in he's got. He can take out Kefla's in 3 cards, which is fantastic. The Golden Frieza is fantastic for the first 60 counts, especially with the Zenkai Cooler, who's just incredible. And yeah, other than that, the units that you see here, they're all very good, but they are not essential to your teams. You can do fine without them, and there's probably better options than them on their respective teams. Tier 1 units that you can use, but I don't really recommend. They've got much better options on their teams, and they're just subpar. Tier 2 units are units that are either pretty good but have just dropped down in recent times in the meta and have just they've lost their place, or they're very good bench units. That's what Tier 2 units are. Tier 3 units are just bench units that you just don't want to use for anything else. Definitely not recommended to use these guys. Tier 4, completely useless. You might use some of them as bench units like this Gotenks here, but the rest of them are just terrible. You don't want to use them at all. They all need a Zenkai pretty much. And then Tier 5 units, just the worst units in the game. The units that you just don't want to play with. I'm gonna move someone there. Yeah, units that you just don't want to play with. That you can't even use them as bench units. The only one that you can, I think, is 18 because she's got a good double buff for females. But other than that, they're all terrible, and you just do not want to use them on your team. So yeah, guys, that was the tier list video. I hope you did enjoy it. It was a bit long, but I think it was worth explaining why each unit's everywhere. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.